Great, really great to see many of you in person. Thank you very much for that. This brings me back 1 year ago when on a platform, UNESCO, on an online platform with governments of Norway, Ghana, and the UK, convened the Global Education Meeting to address the main challenges that we are currently facing 1 year ago. The unprecedented educational crisis affecting 1.5 billion students and youth in the world. Well, we committed then to protect education finance and implement a set of priority actions to give solutions to build more resilient, inclusive, and equitable education systems all around the world. Those exceptional times were calling us for a change, for a big change, and that's why we are here. That's why we are there 1 year ago. And these exceptional times are still calling for a big change. A change about how we work together as a global education community, how we take together this collective responsibility. And we are guided by two main questions, in my opinion. First, what will it take to support countries to recover from the crisis and to accelerate the progress to SDG 4, quality education, inclusive education for all children in the world. And second, how do we create the condition for this to happen? So it's about the how, the what, and the how. And the result of this consultation led by a multi-stakeholder working group co-chaired by UNESCO and Norway, let me thank Norway once again for the great job we did together, was the proposal for an improved global cooperation mechanism, what we call GCM, endorsed by the ministerial segment in July in this room and virtually. And this different how was already put in practice during the pandemic. Let me recall some important initiatives that are still ongoing, providing countries and member states and education community data and guidelines to address the challenges they are still facing. UNESCO, World Bank, UNICEF survey to monitor the situation, to monitor the progress in school systems around the world. OECD and UNESCO and still World Bank and UNICEF Learning Data Compact and all the initiatives that we are very much running around data. So it's this spirit that we must capitalize on, and that's why we are here to reaffirm this new how, which has a clear mandate: stronger collective action and stronger joint accountability on results. So being more results-oriented, being able to be accountable for the action we are doing together, and having a real joint common agenda to implement. We are creating somehow a greater unity to act more effectively. And I see this happening through basically three new dimensions. The first one is rethinking how various platforms already existing and very much contributing to this common agenda on SDG 4, working in a different way, in a more harmonized and coordinated way. I'm thinking of the Global Education Forum already mentioned by previous speakers, the Multilateral Education Platform. I'm thinking of the momentum we'll have in a few weeks in Dubai next month during the Rewire Summit, where all this community will take stock of the lessons learned by COVID-19 and looking forward for the future. But we also have another important dimension, and that's what we are going now to present, and listening from the voice of some main actors of this body, governing body, the high-level steering committee, a new high-level steering committee, which has actually two added values. High level means what? It means membership at ministerial level and a chief executive or head of agency. We just listened to the new Secretary General of OECD being member, and we are very happy for that. And this is what will give this new high-level steering committee, how can I say, the muscle to act, the power to act, and being really credible on strategic issues, on decisions and guidance to provide to the entire community and governments. And I'm very pleased to highlight the third dimension, which is the last but really not the least in my opinion, youth involvement. We talk very much about listening to youth, listening to their voice. Thanks to Vittoria for opening, connected with us this session. But let me say very, very simply, we need a youth for education movement, exactly as we have a youth for climate movement. We need the youth taking the ownership about education. We need the youth being with us in this pushing the agenda for education. Otherwise, it's not simply losing a generation, but it's really losing the future of the planet, as already mentioned by President Macron. And in short, I think that we really have the right conditions to implement this big change needed. And I'm very pleased to have most of the new high-level steering committee members attending today in person as well as connected. And I would like to call for an applause and to salute all of them, ministers, regional commissioners, chief executives, and head of agency who are sitting in this room, connected remotely, or sending us messages. Thanks for your engagement and commitment. Thank you very much. Really, really, in a few words, I think that today leaders, governments, heads of state, ministers, and all multilateral organizations, civil society, I mean, all people who are concerned and very much dealing with education, reaffirm an important collective commitment to the World Education Forum in Incheon, the Global Education Meeting last year, and discussing about the urgent needs to take action. This is and change. This is the message we come. And just keeping some words from President Macron, inspiring introduction, we need a new financial grammar, I translate to English. And that's what the Paris Declaration is about. I think the Paris Declaration is actually capturing commitment, political will, and new tools to change the financing mechanism, being a more innovative, more effective, and investing better and more. Everything has been done successfully, thank you very much. Everything has been so well said, inspiring words, inspiring, sorry. I think we are a little bit tired, all of us, but very happy. And my final remarks are about a big, big thanks to all of you, head of states, ministers, starting from our great partner, government of France, and Minister Blanquer, and all others coming to Paris, having this big event in person with many other colleagues connected, and being so committed to one of the basic human rights that we understood more than ever in the last 10, 15 months, the importance of having absolutely in our schools, in our universities, as a live human right, and that's why we are here. So my final comment is I support the Paris Declaration's call for investing in education for the best of the humanity and the planet. And I thank you very much, all of you.